Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is hautemesstom, and if you are new here, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. I am on a 6-month no-buy, so I am taking a more critical look at the collection that I already have and loving for what it is. So I have seen the trend of talking about your top 3 products in each category, but I really wanted to challenge myself, like if I had to start my makeup collection all the way over again, what would be the one thing in each category that I would rebuy to be that item? So what I love about this challenge is that it's like a hard reset, and then you would only get to you wouldn't have so much choice. You couldn't be overwhelmed choice because there wouldn't be choices to make. You would just have the one item. Now, when I was doing this, I was trying to take into consideration that I would like something that would put together a face that would go, but I did not succeed in that. I did kind of pick formula and look over, continuity because I am only choosing one item from each category. I thought it would be like more important to have a face that could kind of go together. But I will tell you that the highlights I picked, I'm a little bit of a cheater there, but we'll talk about it whenever we get to that category. So I'm gonna try to go in the order that I would typically do my face. I start with my eyes almost every time I do my makeup. So the first product I would apply would be the Atelier Eye Primer. If you're not familiar with this item, it is, well, an eye primer. I had never heard of this brand before. My friend owns a makeup store called The Gilded Girl in Pittsburgh, and she carries this brand, and she said it's worth a try. This eyeshadow primer has done me very well. I only have ever seen it crease after like a long day. But I'm saying long day, I'm saying like 12, 14 hours with eyeshadow on. This will hold it for most of that time. I also once worked out with eyeshadow on. Don't ask why. I wasn't really even trying to test makeup or anything, but I did happen to use this eyeshadow primer that day. My eye makeup was still on my face when I was done working out. I did a 45-minute hard Peloton ride, so it really held up. It did its end of the bargain. And now that I've tried this, I probably won't try anything else for a while unless someone talks about a very revolutionary eyeshadow. After I finish this, I will make a concerted effort to finish the MAC paint pot that I had opened prior to buying this, to use it up and not waste it. I do like the MAC paint pots, but now that I've tried this, I really just want to keep using this. I really like it. It works better than the paint pots for me, so that's why I'm choosing this as my eyeshadow primer. I figured I would just pick an eyeshadow palette to fulfill the eyeshadow destiny. And so if I had to pick one, I'd pick this palette. This is one of the Natasha Denona 28 pan palettes, and it is the green palette. Now, is this the most exciting of palettes? No, but it has everything I would want and desire to have. I love green eyeshadow. It has neutrals in here as well. It has some warmer, some cooler, so I could take it any which way I want. Beautiful greens, beautiful browns. It's a boring choice, I understand that, but I really love the Natasha Denona formula. I know how it performs. It's a reliable formula for me, and you do get a little bit more, you get some textures in here, you get some toppers, you really just kind of run the gambit of types of shadows in this palette, and so for that's why I would pick this as my eyeshadow. It is expensive, but it also gives me the most options, but also being a formula that is consistent across the board. I know I like the formula of all of these shadows as opposed to maybe buying a lesser expensive product that has 28 eyeshadows in it, but I would maybe only like half of the quality of those shadows because it happens sometimes. Old Faithful, not really old, but new to me. I think it's a faithful product. Love this product, and that is why it would be the eyeshadow palette that I would pick if I had to restart my collection. Okay, to finish off the eyes, I would do the Shock Mascara. This is from the brand YSL, or Yves Saint Laurent, and it's not actually the most obnoxious. Sometimes luxury brands really do the most, but this is very simple. It gives me volume, it gives me length, it gives me everything I want out of mascara. It has longevity. It holds up against some teary moments, but it's not waterproof. It does what I want mascara to do. Anytime I buy a mascara, I compare it to this. I've come back to this. I've bought this so many times. It is the only mascara that I want to use. I like don't even really want to try new mascaras because like, I don't know, nothing really compares to this. Not that I won't ever try a mascara in the future, but like the YSL Shock Mascara is like, just for me, it's the perfect mascara. Okay, so then we would move on to the face. The primer that I would choose for my face. Now, some people skip primer, but I like primer. I would use the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Face Base. It is just like, now, whenever this first came out, or whenever this got really hyped on the internet, like I think it became, you know, so-and-so approved, you know, fill in the gaps there. I like didn't try it in that time. I was like, that's too expensive. And then, lol, look at me now. I was like, also, I would bring this $250 eyeshadow palette. But I just love this. I love the way it feels on my skin. It has a wonderful smell. It smells nice. It goes onto the skin nice. It offers grip to the product. So as opposed to feeling like a mattifying grip or like a pore filling grip, it just like has a nice grip to it, but like doesn't, you know, pill up or anything when you put foundation on it. You just like really gives you a lovely, lovely looking and feeling canvas before you put on any foundation. And it just is just such a, I don't know, now that I've had this, like I can't imagine a life where like this is just like not the primer I'm using. Of course, I love, like primers are like one of those things that I like really enjoy the thought of. And I have other ones that I like just fine, but like I don't know that anything's gonna replace this, but like it doesn't mean my journey with other primers is done. As with the YSL, the Shock Mascara, it doesn't feel like I really want to venture far from that. I don't think I wouldn't venture from this, but like I will always come back to this. So this one's a kind of a spoiler alert if you've been watching my foundation series where I've been ranking them. And this is like actually a newer foundation to my collection. I haven't worn it a lot recently because I've been testing other foundations in my collection. And it is this guy. This is the Surratt Dewdrop foundation. It looks like this. It's a dropper. It's an interesting packaging. Don't love the packaging. I'm not buying it because of the packaging. But this product did something unbelievably unreal to my skin. Every single time that I've worn this foundation, my skin looks so good. Like, so unbelievably good. And like, I know I have nice skin, so brag. But also, I don't know how well this would work for someone who's not looking for, I would say like lighter coverage. This really just kind of takes, I would say it's like it's like that, like your skin but better, but just like takes it to the next level. It offers just like an immense amount of blurring, like just imperfections be damned, imperfections be gone. It is so nice. And I know not everyone's looking for like a light coverage foundation, but if I had to start all over again, I don't think I would reach for a full coverage foundation. Like, I would be very happy purchasing this again and again. Still working through my foundations, still gonna review them. I still have yet to review this one. Spoiler alert. This one just really does it for me. This foundation just... Okay, so I like powders. I know not everyone loves to use a setting powder, but I really do. And unfortunately, I do not have in my collection right now my favorite one. I'm working through powders, and then I will go back to my favorite powder, and my favorite powder is from Hourglass. I love this powder. Another product that I love the product, but the packaging leaves a lot to be desired. I hate that the sifter is that H. It's rounded in, so powder will then like go up on the sides when you turn it upside down, and to get the sifter off is a bitch. It's a big old bitch. But this powder is just so gorgeous. And I feel like it does a little bit of soft blurring work for me, but like also it has like, I don't know what the ingredient is. It might be like mica, but it has, there's like the softest of shimmers, but it's not like a shimmer. When it goes on your face, it just like gives you like life, like the whatever that luminous ingredient inside the powder just like brings some life back to your skin and doesn't make it dull with the powder. So I just like love that. I love that. I love the way it feels. It applies. It also, I was just talking in another video, I don't know which video is coming out first, but I was just talking about baking, and I've baked with this powder and my skin still looks like lively after baking, like looks like healthy skin after I've baked with it. So it just is a beautiful, magical product to me, and it's something that I look forward to having again in my collection, but it's unnecessary. I think much like primer, I'm okay using other powders unless they make me feel too dry. And right now I have a couple of Laura Mercier setting powders to get through, and I actually really like the Laura Mercier setting powder, so I don't mind having them in my collection and working through them. I have them, I can use them, I'm gonna use them instead of just passing them on. So next up in my regimen, I would contour. Now, here's the thing. I wanted to pick the Lunatic Cosmetics Labs contour palette. However, I just want to talk about one shade in there, and you can just buy the one shade, and that's something that I definitely will do in the future. I actually love the contour palette as a whole, as an item, but I really like the one shade specifically in there for contouring. But so I went with something that I have a single of instead, which works just as well, but it is the Rodial Contour number 3. This gives you a very, it is easy. I have no other words for you other than like, this is easy. So I have it on today, like I have it on under, I have, you know, bronzer and stuff on top of it, but like, it blends so beautifully. It melds into the skin in a way that every other contour that I've tried doesn't. It just really hits the spot. It really does the job, but doesn't make contouring overwhelming or hard to me. It just makes it very simple. Now this is a sample size. I went to buy it and the store that I was shopping at was out of stock of this. So it's definitely something that I will consider buying in the future, but it's not something I like powder. I have contours that I will use and would like to use up before I like commit, because I think that's kind of something I'm working through in my collection, is like there are certain items that I will want to commit to probably and just like have that always in my collection while maybe testing other things, if that makes sense. So love this. I'm not gonna have it for very long because it's the small little guy. So next up is blush, and this one was like a kind of hard choice. This is like a situation where I ended up picking a color over formula because I really like the Hourglass formula. That's like probably my favorite formula of blush, and I think I've talked about this before. But I picked the Pat McGrath, this color in particular. This is Desert Orchid. This is one of those ones where I had the thought of like, if my makeup, it all needs to like blend together, right? If I could only use these products that I am repurchasing, you know what I mean? Like in this imaginary scenario where this would be the only blush I would have, this is the blush that I would want, because it would work with any look. It's pretty neutral. It's a beautiful color. It gives you that glow, that warmth, it's just beautiful. Everything about this, I've never had a blush this shade before, and this like has like I always want to use this blush now instead of using like colorful blushes whenever I'm doing any look, but I have to resist because I have other beautiful products in my collection. So I do love this, and I would buy it exclusively because thinking broadly, this would go with the most looks. Oh, I probably should have talked about this a while ago, but I also had the thought of maybe I won't be using this type of product a lot in the future, and it is concealer. So I'd actually picked the Touche Clot from YSL, which is probably not, if you know me, what you thought I would choose, because I really do love the concealer from Too Faced. However, the Too Faced concealer would not play well with that Ciroc, because the Too Faced concealer is a full coverage concealer. I really like the Too Faced concealer when I'm doing a look for the gram, or just like a bold look that has full coverage foundation involved. That's what I would use that for. But this, with the Ciroc, just like that, it gives you that little extra coverage where you need it, is very easy breezy to put on. I've been liking blending it out with my fingies. Who is she? Whoops. Am I? This person. But I also have some backups of these courtesy of Lena. Everyone thank Lena. Thanks Lena. Thank you Lena. Anyway, so courtesy of Lena, I have like a couple backups of these, which like, thank you. Again, I'm kind of like moving away from the idea of concealer whenever I'm using like a lighter coverage foundation. Again, I have beautiful, gorgeous skin that exists on its own. So I don't have a lot of work to do with foundation and concealer. And so I guess I am finding that maybe concealer is a little bit redundant, which is why I chose this. It's like a lighter coverage, very easy to put on, but it's not something even I would use every day because I would just use the foundation. So is concealer dead? Are we dead with concealer? Is concealer over? I think concealer is over. Am I the drama? I cheated. This category I did cheat, okay? I did cheat. So this is highlighter. Now I've broken highlighter down into two subcategories. Highlight and then highlight topper. So for the highlight, I picked, this is a limited edition shade, so this is also a little bit cheating, but they have other colors in this range. This is a metamorphic highlighter from Ritual Defeat. This is the particular shade, the Fawn, and this is just like the most gorgeous color they ever released. I'm sad that it's like kind of gone forever, but I probably would do a close-up swatch of this for you. Everything about this highlighter speaks to me. It has like pink in it. It has like a shift to green. Oh my god. So stunning. Not a subtle highlight, not for the subtle, not for the weak at heart. This highlighter is the business, okay? But then I also have highlight topper, also from Ritual Defeat, and it is the Alchemist. The way I've almost hit pan in this is like big old glittery chunks in a balm. I like don't know how else to describe it. It's one of the most beautiful products I've ever encountered in my entire life. Again, when Ritual Defeat released this, they're like, it's a highlight finger highlight. And I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? This is my everything and be all end all. The way that this is like almost at pan is incredible. Like I use it a lot. I use it a lot. But I always use it in conjunction with another highlighter, which is why I count them as two separate categories. I have never really worn the Alchemist just like on its own, but I'm sure it would work. But like topping it, layering, just like fall layers, cheek layers. Okay, for bronzer, so I could have gone two routes, but I've already talked about the other brand that I may have picked for this category a lot of times in this video particularly. So I went with another brand, but also I like this bronzer a lot. And it's a surprise. I will say it was surprising to me, okay, that I picked this, okay? But it's the Tom Ford bronzer. This is the Glow Bronzer in O2 Terra. The way someone asked me once if I had been out in the sun a lot after I put this on, and I was like, it really did its job. Like they thought it was real. They thought this was real sun, but it isn't. Now, should everyone pay $100-some for bronzer? No, I do not believe that. But having experienced this bronzer and really enjoying this bronzer, it is something that I would fork out the money for. Again, I very likely will never hit pan on this, considering I've been working on a bronzer for 5 years that I have not hit pan on. That's suspicious. But there's a lot of product in here, so I think it would take me a long time to work through. Again, I don't know, like whenever the Sephora sale was happening, I remember this like kind of not really being in stock. Like they had the smaller version, but not the bigger version. So I don't know if this is something that's going away. I'd be bummed, but like also I have it. So I guess I really can't be bummed, but this is definitely something that I would rebuy. I think it makes my skin have like a warm, beautiful, healthy looking glow. Apparently a realistic glow. But if it wasn't this, it would have been the Hourglass, but like this is also just, you have to think of in terms, for me, because I love packaging. If I was to rebuy my collection again, I would also want stuff that looked pretty on the outside, but as well as performing well when used. And this kind of satisfies everything for me. Okay, so this we're gonna talk about lips. I would say I am not your best resource when talking about lip products. And I'm gonna say that because I find that I do not follow the path that a lot of people do with lip products. So I'm just gonna be very upfront about that. Like, lip products were maybe the first thing where whenever I found what I liked, it was like, that's what I'm gonna buy. And I like that, and that's just what I'm gonna try. Instead of like branching out and trying a lot of other lip things, like, I kind of like what I like and I kind of stick to it. So from Pat McGrath, I like her lip liners. Again, never branched out really to try other lip liners. So I don't know that these are the be all end all. I will tell you, I have tried other lip liners that are in like the twist up situation. I do not like them. I do prefer a pencil. So I thought I'd grab the shade Buff. This is the shade Supernatural, but Buff would be the shade that I would buy. It looks just like my natural lip color. It makes my life very easy whenever I'm putting on lipstick, especially a nude lipstick. That Buff is what I reach for, and it does an impeccable job. Holds up, is great. Love this. Not much to say other than just like, it's a lip liner, so not super exciting. Now, the other two lip products I brought, I got a gloss and a lipstick. Here's the thing about these, is that they don't go together. Like, these are not to be like, these are just because they are my favorite formula, not because they would go with any of the other stuff that I would have brought in, okay? So just consider that. So for lipstick, I'm gonna pick the Patrick Ta lipsticks. No, she's hard to get. Now this is a vibrant pink. However, if we're talking about formula, this is the most comfortable, like, matte velvet finish lipstick I've ever tried. It wears beautifully on the lips. It's a high impact. One swipe, you're done. It is a beautiful, beautiful lip product. Again, aesthetically speaking, it ticks a lot of boxes. Just like, look at this packaging. It's not like very heavy or like luxe feeling in your hands, but it does kind of just look very nice. And unlike Hourglass, this like is not as disappointing as when you pick up like an Hourglass compact, which I think is definitely an experience that I've had before. But this just really is it. Now, I want to buy more shades of this because I do really love this formula, except I don't need a lot of lipsticks, but I did buy this because I thought this pink was very special. It is a very special pink. It's maybe the best pink I've ever worn. And finally, for lip gloss, this is from Pat McGrath, one of her lip glosses. This is the shade Potion. And again, it's just like nudie. It's actually what I have on my lips today. It's like very easy breezy, kind of goes with anything. Probably could top like any color I really wanted it to, but like easy breezy, goes with an intense eye, keeps things simple. Just a little bit of lip liner in this, like all girl needs, okay? But like this, I love Pat McGrath lip gloss. I love Pat McGrath lip gloss. I'm a little devotee to it. Not that I think it's like the be all end all lip gloss. It was one of those formulas that I tried and I was like, I would like more of this in different colors. So like a lot of my lip glosses are the Pat McGrath lip glosses because I just really like the formula. I have a couple other brands too, but this is like one that I have purchased many of because I enjoy it so much. Now, I may have accidentally skipped a category, but if I did, it's probably because I'm not picky. Kind of just like I thought with like the lips, like eyeliner. I don't know. I'm not like the pickiest with eyeliner. I don't wear a lot of eyeliner, but I have a liquid liner that I enjoy. But again, like it's like not my be all end all. And I don't know that I would like, if I was starting my collection again, that I would have liquid liner. Like I wouldn't know that I would like run out and buy liquid liner. If like someone stole my whole collection of makeup and I had to buy only select items, I don't really think I would pick a liquid liner. I just wouldn't buy that. I just wouldn't grab it again. Anyway, at that pick, that's it. What would you pick if you had to start all over? Like, what is that item for you? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed my content, please remember to hit the subscribe button and like this video so other people can find me. And if you enjoy my voice and would want to spend more time with me, 1, check out all of the other videos that I already have on my channel. 2, I appear on a myriad of content. She's there, darling. So go seek her. It's all in my link tree as well as my Instagram. So if you would like to follow me there, please go ahead and feel free. I appreciate you so much for watching this video and I will see you in the next one. Friends.